Welcome everyone to this CELPIP Speaking Part 6, Dealing with a Difficult Situation Analysis. Now, I'm just here in the CELPIP Speaking Part 6 section of the CELPIP library. And before we get started, I do want to remind you that Speaking Part 6 is more for CLB 7 or higher, or focuses more on CLB 7 or higher. What does that mean? Well, that means that if you need to get CLB 7 or higher, then you should do much better in this part. And also part 1 and part 7. That's because these parts can be a little bit more complicated and more difficult to respond. They require more knowledge of topics and just more knowledge of English. So CLB 7s or higher, you should focus on this part, or you should try to do better. Now, if you need to get CLB 6 or lower, 4, 5, or 6, then this part is not so important, and sometimes it can be difficult to understand the topics, and that's why it's not so important to answer it. You can try to answer, and you should try to do your best, of course. But for CLB 4, 5, or 6, parts 2, 3, 4, 5 are more important than part 6. Okay? Also, I want to remind you about this great Speaking Part 6 Tips and Strategies video. That video will provide you more information about how you can prepare and answer the question effectively, and maybe just some strategies that you can use. So if you'd like to watch that video, I will leave a link in the description box to that video. Okay? So then let's look at today's example, and it's called hockey tickets. Okay, very good. So everyone, I'm just here in the front page of the sample question, and you will notice that we have a CLB 6 sample and a CLB 7 sample. Okay. Now, this sample is CLB 5 to 6, but there's also the video if you want to see the CLB 7 to 9 sample. But this sample is CLB 5, 6. Okay? So let's get started. Also, everyone, I do want to tell you that there is some good vocabulary exercise. Now, the vocabulary, it will give you some words that maybe you can use to answer this question better, or some words that we will use in the question. So you can try reading that before or after. And here we have the words, and then also we have this great exercise where you need to complete the sentence using one of those words. Very great for building vocabulary. Okay. And also, you will see here that there is this very great grammar building exercise. Now, lower levels, we need to improve our grammar. Today's topic here is about should. And we should read the information about should. I think you should do this. I think you shouldn't do that, or I don't think you should. Okay. So then we have these great practice exercises. It's late and you're very tired. Okay, we complete it. I think, or you should go to bed. See? You eat too much. Maybe here you shouldn't eat too much. Mhm. You can't drive. Learn. You ask your friend, do you think I should learn? So, do you think I should learn to drive? Mhm. So you're writing the full sentence, okay, and then you just check your score. You see you got 10%, but we need to get more, and then you can retake the quiz. Very good practice exercise, everyone. Okay, and this example will be the CLB 5 to 6 example. Okay, 5 to 6. So let's look at our question. Okay, so part 6, dealing with a difficult situation. Preparation time 1 minute and speaking time 1 minute. Okay, so what is the question? You won 2 tickets to the hockey game at work. Well, hockey, hockey is very, very, well, the most popular sport here in Canada. And everyone gets very excited about hockey. And there are many contests to win hockey tickets because hockey tickets are very expensive. Okay. So it says you won 2 tickets. Okay. Then your coworker and friend would like to go with you and you think it would be great. So your friend wants to go. Let's go to the hockey game and you think it's a great idea. Okay. But your manager, your manager is also interested in going and he could give you a promotion. Okay. So your manager wants to go and he could give you a promotion. What do you do? Who do you take to the hockey game with you? That's the question. That's the situation. What do you do? So choose one. Either talk to your coworker and say why you can't take him, or talk to your manager and explain why you can't take him. Well, very interesting situation. I don't know if you had that kind of situation before. Your coworker, maybe good friend, wants to go. Coworker and friend wants to go. But if you take the manager, maybe your manager can give the promotion. Okay, what do you do? All right, well, let's remember that it doesn't matter which one you choose, it's just your choice. And no matter which choice you decide, you have to explain well. That's the important part, okay? And also, I just want to remind you that I will be trying to follow some of the tips and strategies in our video, okay? Well, for that one is, I just want to try to explain more. I want to maybe use some explanation sentences, like conditionals would be good. Conditionals. And maybe modals if I can. Okay. But more important is you need to organize and you need to try to give at least 2 ideas for level 5, 6. We need to try to give at least 2 ideas and organize well. And for that, I'm going to be following this structural organization, idea, explanation, okay? I'm going to be following that. So then let's start then, everyone. I'll be telling you as I go what part I'm doing here. So let's start. And let's start by introducing the question, okay? Let's introduce the question. Hello, coworker. I want to explain to you why I can't take you to the hockey game. So you see, I decided to go with talk to my coworker and explain to him. I need to explain. Now I just said hello coworker here. I said hello coworker, but I could give a name like hello Patrick, hello Jason, hello Sarah, okay? All right? And I want to explain to you why I can't take you. So, very good introduction, just direct introduction, okay? And we're using, I want to remind you that I'm using the blue for organization and sequencing, okay? And the red will be the main grammar form, okay? All right. And black will be everything else. So I introduced, so what's my first idea? Let's get to my first idea. What is it here? Okay. So firstly, I think that if I take the manager, he will be very happy. And maybe I can get the promotion for supervisor or manager. Okay, right. So you see, everyone. So we used a conditional sentence. Conditional sentences are very good to explain. If I do this, this will happen. If I do. So if I take the manager, okay, very good. If I take the manager, he will be very happy. Okay, my manager will be very happy. And what will happen? And maybe I can get the promotion for supervisor or manager. So very good explanation, very good idea for saying or trying to explain why you're taking the manager, okay? Very good. What about next? What's next? Second idea. Okay, here we go. Secondly, after I get the promotion, I will speak to the manager about how you work very hard. Okay, so I got the promotion. Now I'm the manager. So I will speak to the manager about how you work very hard, about you. Okay? So what will happen? So then I will try to help you get a promotion as supervisor or manager. Okay. So again, I'm going to try to get you a position. So that's good for you as well. That's why I'm explaining here. Again, I used here another condition. This is after I get the promotion. After. Before and after sentences are conditionals as well. Okay. And notice that I'm using will. Will. I will do this. I will try. I will speak. Because it's more like a future meaning, okay? So we said two good ideas. So far, this is already enough for 5, 6, okay? But let's try to give one more idea just so you can see, okay? Lastly, if I get the promotion, you see, another condition, if I get the promotion, I'll have more money. So next time, I will buy hockey tickets and take you. Okay, very good. Very good idea as well. Again, we used a condition, everyone. If I get the promotion, if I get for the future, I'll have more money. I will have. So next time, I'll buy hockey tickets. I will buy. Okay. Very good. So everyone, I want to say some things. Now this is definitely quality is 6. Okay, 6 or 7, even 7. So it's 6 for some very important reasons. The first is that we organized very well. Again, see here, we organized and explained and sequenced and connected very well. For that reason, it's 6 or higher, okay? And the second reason is because we gave 3 ideas. Of course, the more that you speak, the more ideas that you give, the higher your score. Now, make sure, everyone, we have to give an idea, but we have to explain it. We can't just say, firstly, I think if I take the manager, he will be happy. Secondly, if I get the promotion, I will speak to the manager about you. Lastly, these are shorter ideas. Now, 5, 6, it's okay to give short ideas, but for 6 or higher, we need to explain a little bit. And like we do here, my manager will be happy and maybe I can get the promotion. Okay? We need to do that for 6. So we gave ideas and we explained very well. And lastly is about the language. We did use some higher level language. For example, conditionals. Conditionals, like I said, they're a very good way to speak. And also, of course, if you don't make grammar mistakes, then you'll get a higher score, okay? Because level 5, 6, they make more grammar mistakes. Level 5, 6, they make more grammar mistakes, okay? So, quality is 6 plus, but it's not only about the quality of the answer, it's about the speaking quality. And for the speaking quality, we need flow and intonation. We need to speak this answer with good flow, slowly and continuously, and good intonation, clearly, and we need to stress and intonate sentences according to how they would be done in native English, okay? So for that, I'm going to be speaking this answer now in 1 minute in level 6, 7 flow and intonation, okay? Now please follow along and please follow where I stress the sentences. That's important, okay? All right, here I go. Hello, coworker. I want to explain to you why I can't take you to the hockey game. Firstly, I think that if I take the manager, he will be very, very happy. And maybe I can get the promotion for supervisor or manager. Secondly, after I get the promotion, I'll speak to the manager about how you work very hard. So then I'll try to get you a promotion as supervisor or manager. Lastly, if I get the promotion, I'll have more money. So next time, I will buy hockey tickets and take you. Very good, everyone. So you saw there, everyone. I was trying to speak with very good flow and intonation for this level. That's not speed reading. Of course, I can read this very fast. And yes, I can speak this more fluently. But 5, 6, we need to try to continue talking slowly, clearly, and continuously, okay? So, what can we do to practice? Well, to practice, the first thing that we have to do is read and understand. We need to read and understand how we formed this answer, okay? How we connected this answer. What words did we use? Okay? How we gave an idea and we explained it. We need to read and understand that organization, okay? Secondly, we need to read and understand the language. Okay? We need to understand how we used conditionals and what kind of grammar we used. We need to read and understand that so we can try to make those sentences ourselves, okay? All right, and secondly, we need to read and speak this answer in 1 minute. That's right. We need to read and speak it in 1 minute to practice our flow and intonation. Now, everyone, don't forget, this is not speed talking or speed reading. We need to try to build very good flow and intonation for this level. Of course, if you have more flow and intonation, then you're higher level. Okay? This is a 5-6 sample. All right? And you need flow and intonation for 5-6 is not very fluent or very fast. Okay? All right. And then the last thing that you can do is after you read it 3-4 times, I don't know how many times, but you need to practice speaking the answer without reading it. Hello, coworker. I want to explain to you how, unfortunately, I can't take you to the hockey game. You see, like that. Okay? The more times that you read and speak it, you should be developing your knowledge. Knowledge, not memory. You need to try and speak the answer from your knowledge. Okay? Because this is not about memorizing answers. The level 6 student, well, even the level 5-6 student, after they read this a few times, after they read it, they should be able to speak it. Maybe not perfectly, maybe not exactly, but they can speak it in 1 minute without reading, okay? So for that, everyone, I will be leaving a link in the description box to this question, okay? And there you go. There is the question, and you can practice reading and speaking it, okay? Until you can speak it by yourself without reading. Okay. Also, let's not forget that we do have some excellent vocabulary building and grammar building exercises in the practice page, okay? Also, let's not forget about CELPIP Library. CELPIP Library has over 60 examples of speaking part 6, where you can read the question and you can answer the question and have some sample answers like today's lesson, okay? So I will be leaving a link in the description box to CELPIP Library, everyone. And with discount code CELPIP79, again, discount code CELPIP79, you can get a 3-month subscription of CELPIP Library for only $10.99. Wow. That's a great deal, everyone. $10.99 for a 3-month subscription. You will do great with that. Okay, let's remember, practice makes perfect.